जनाब वज़ीर आज़म साहिब, रूस में खुश आमदीद।
Muhtaram Вазир Азам Имран хан Сахиб. Ham gimo yani Moscow Institute Baraya Benul Aqwami Tulukat के तालिब इल्म हैं। यहाँ हम उर्दू ज़बान सीखते हैं और इसके साथ साथ पाकिस्तान की तारीख, सकाफत, मईशत, जुग्राफियाई अहमियत और सियासत का मुताला करते हैं। आज हम अपने वतन अज़ीज़ के दरुल हुकूमत में आप और आपके वाफद का खैर मकदम करते हैं।
That the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, is visiting Uzbekistan. That's where my curiosity and interest to Pakistan.
हमारा पाकिस्तान, प्यारा पाकिस्तान, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए, नया पाकिस्तान।
Hi, my name is Anna Makarova. I'm from Russia. You're watching Naya Pakistan channel. I'm a traveler, digital nomad from Russia. I've traveled to 24 countries. And in November 2021, I decided to visit Pakistan. The day I decided to come to Pakistan, I was in Uzbekistan. And I've seen all around Uzbekistan there were flags of Pakistan, and I was wondering why. And then I realized that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, is visiting Uzbekistan. That's where my curiosity and interest to Pakistan started. I started Googling and checking if is it safe to come to Pakistan. And I've seen many negative views, and many travel advisors recommend stay away and avoid visiting Pakistan. But then I still was very curious because I've heard from some people that Pakistani people are amazingly nice and welcoming, and that this country is worth visiting. So I decided to check myself what is true, and I decided to come to Pakistan. The process first was not easy. I first had to fill up the application. It was 2 pages with like many questions on each page, but after I filled up the questionnaire, I had to wait for 3 weeks. It can take up to a month. I was traveling with my partner, and for him it took actually 5 weeks, and he also needed to provide the tour voucher from certified travel agency. From the moment I had my visa, there were no problems at all. I took a flight, I arrived to Islamabad because I wanted to have a very local experience and to see how people in Pakistan live. I was not interested just in sightseeing and watching the monuments. I wanted to know who Pakistani people are, how does the local life looks like, what are their values, what are their interests, what are their dreams and goals. Before arriving, I found a host on Couchsurfing. It's an application for travelers from all around the world, and it's actually very famous in Pakistan. So I checked out, and I found a host in Islamabad. He picked us up from the airport and gave us a private room, and the next day we went to explore Islamabad together. My plan was to visit from Islamabad, go up in the north and explore the north, visit the mountains, and on the way back go all the way down to visit Lahore, Karachi, and to have my flight back from Karachi. But the plan didn't work exactly as I planned, as I wanted it to. So I first went to Muri, then Natia Gali, Abbottabad, and then I wanted to go to Naran, and then further to the north to Hunza Valley. But unfortunately, most of the roads were closed due to the snowfall. I was a little bit off season, so my last north's stop was Shogran. Was amazing nature, beautiful forest, and just stunning views. But then I had to go back. I visited Peshawar, and from Peshawar I went to Lahore and Karachi. And along the way I met amazing, incredible, hospitable people. Even strangers were willing to help, to show around, to show their city, to show their country, invite to their houses, open their doors to the strangers like us, and make the food for us and give us all the best they have. And that really impressed and amazed me a lot. It was very easy to communicate with locals because almost everyone I met, even in the small villages, spoke English, so I didn't face any communication problems with locals. And they were very respectful and supportive as well. I faced a small problem there food-wise, because I am a pescatarian that doesn't eat any milk-made products, any meat-made products, and also I don't eat any spicy food, hot food. And so that was a bit of problem, because most of the traditional meals, they contain either meat or something, or meat or very spicy. For me, as I have zero tolerance to spicy food, I really struggled. But thanks that Pakistani fruits and vegetables are very fresh, juicy, delicious, so I could find some food in the market, some fresh food, and make something for myself. Or people where I stayed, they would make fish without making it spicy, considering my preference as well, which I'm very grateful for. My favorite Pakistani meal is dal, is like lentils, but traditionally it's made actually very spicy for me personally, and when people made it not spicy, it was my favorite, my top one in Pakistan. Also, I like guava fruit. It's very rich with vitamin C, so I really enjoy that as well. Within the country, I mostly traveled, like locals would take me around, local people, like our host in Islamabad. He and his cousins and family took us by their car to the north, and in the north we met Hussam. Is amazing. We met him accidentally. We were planning to rent a car, but so while waiting for the car rental manager in the restaurant, he texted me that I arrived, and then we have seen a car arriving. We came and started talking about traveling to Shogran and Naran, and then we found out that this person I'm talking to is not a car manager, is some other stranger that we were mistakenly started talking to, because we thought this is a car rental manager, and it was another man. So while talking, the real car manager arrived, and one of the stranger men, his name was Hussam, he said, "Do you want me to come and talk with you to this car rental manager?" So we went to talk to him, and I actually have a video telling and showing how all this went. And apparently the car rental manager wanted to overcharge us for the trip, for the car rental service, and the local man Hussam said, you know what, like, I will take you to the mountains, don't rent a car from him, he's not being fair with you, he's not charging you the fair price, so I will take you. And we said, okay, thank you so much. And then we became really great friends. He opened the doors of his house, he introduced us to his whole family, to his relatives, and it was truly amazing local experience. And we'll never get tired of saying thank you, Hussam, for showing us the real hospitality and pure heart, and that is not so often you can find in the world. And along the way, I actually learned some phrases in Pakistan. I learned to say ji, which means yes. I learned to say shukriya, thank you. I learned to say ketare. It means where. I think, if I'm not wrong, it means where. So for example, I would say ketare Wi-Fi or I will say I don't remember anymore. I think that's all I learned. I remembered more when I was there, but now as I don't hear it anymore so much, so I don't. Acha, also acha. Acha means come. So yeah, that's it. No, didn't learn much. As a souvenir, I took from Pakistan local dresses. I bought one for my mother, one for myself, and I also bought some amazing Kashmiri shawls for all the female in my family, to my grandmother, cousins, to myself, to my mom. They're very soft and very great quality. I haven't seen it anywhere else. So Kashmiri shawls are really must-have. And some Pakistani dresses, just as a memory to have some traditional outfits with. My initial perception of Pakistan has definitely changed. For my first expectations were that it would be a conservative country, and I was very surprised to meet so many open-minded people, and I was surprised to see women driving cars, studying, building their careers. In villages, what I noticed from my experience, most of the women would choose to be raising kids and working from home. But in Islamabad, I've seen women who can decide for themselves whether they want to wear a hijab or not, whether they want to build a career or start family young. So I've seen a lot of empowering women in Pakistan, and that I admired a lot, that they have this freedom of choice to a certain extent. So yeah, I've met many open-minded individuals, and that was a positive dynamics for me. And the way the tourism evolves, like the roads were in perfect conditions all the way from the north to the south while I'm driving on the motorways. The roads were amazing, yes. And I would recommend people to visit Pakistan now while it's not as capitalized as other countries. For example, Turkey is very evolved in tourism, and when you come to Turkey or even Egypt, for example, Egypt is very famous for tourism, but when you come to Egypt, everybody on the streets will, like the tourism workers, they will come and try to rip you off and try to offer you like the very high price services and charge you, and they don't care. Like when they see a foreigner, they just see a wallet and trying to get as much as they can from you. And if they offer you to show around friendly and you say yes, then at the end they would like charge you $50-$100 just for taking you around the market. And in Pakistan, when people say I want to show you my city, they actually mean it. And moreover, they are not gonna take any money if you will try to pay for something. They genuinely and purely want to show the best they have. And the hospitality in Pakistan is truly amazing. I don't know if it will ever change in the future or it will remain like that, but people definitely must come to Pakistan now to see the pure humanity, to not capitalized world where people still value family, where people still value friendships, relationships, when they're just purely helping each other and not wanting anything in return. If somebody gave you something, they don't expect that you would give something in return. They don't want to get something from you. They want you to be happy. And this is what people live for these pure emotions, for these pure feelings that I really admire and appreciate. My next travel plan is to go to Latin America and to visit as many countries as possible, to show the world and break misconceptions that they might have in their mind about that part of the world as well. As I didn't visit the northern part of Pakistan, like Himalaya areas, Hunza Valley, I've seen pictures, it's amazingly beautiful. I'm still planning to come back to Pakistan, but in a summer season, because I was in Pakistan in November and it was too cold, and in a cold season I wouldn't recommend to go to the north. So I'm definitely coming back to explore those areas in the summer. And thank you very much for watching this video, and let me know if you have any questions, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.